क्रियायां च साधूनां ekarupata. As is the mind, so is the speech. As is the speech, so is the action. Of the good people, there is uniformity in mind, speech, and action. I think the conference also held in such a way that uniformity and mind, speech, and action all together made it happen. On behalf of NIE family, I, Anand Srivatsa, Associate Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, NIE Mysuru, heartily welcome all the international IEEE ICR Tech 23 conference sponsored by MyWave Policy Networks, RF and co-sponsored by RF Engineering and MathWorks, and technical sponsored by IEEE Bangalore section and hosted by the National Institute of Engineering Mysuru. I heartily welcome chief guest of today's function, Sri S.N. Krishna Rao, retired chief scientist, CFTRI. Sir, welcome. I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. I welcome Dr. Rohini Nagapadma, Principal NIE Mysore in her absentia. I also welcome Dr. Ganesh Prasad, Vice Principal NIE Mysuru in his absentia. Now I would like to welcome Dr. Narsimha Kavalgowd, our dear professor and technical program chair. I extend you a warm welcome, sir. I would like to express our deep sense of gratitude to our beloved HOD, Dr. S. Parameshwara, Associate Professor and General Chair. Sir, I will welcome you, sir. And now I would like to thank and welcome the support from NIE Management Committee. I extend their warm welcome in their absentia. I would like to welcome and thank the sponsors, MyWave Policy Networks, and co-sponsored by RF Engineering and MathWorks, and welcome them to join us in the online mode. We welcome you all, sir. The coordinators of this IEEE ICR Tech are the ones who have worked really hard in bringing together the resources and the different committees. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Dr. Rajalakshmi Ma'am, Publication Chair, and for her complete coordination of this conference. She deserves it. I finally would like to welcome all the volunteers, the students, and the participants who have been a part of this event. Well, we welcome you all. I'd also welcome Professor Dr. Shankaraya from SJC Mysuru. Sir, welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Nagaraju C., Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, to introduce the chief guest.
Good evening to all. I, Dr. Nagaraj C. from Department of ECE, happy to introduce Mr. Krishna Rao SK sir in this occasion. Mr. Krishna Rao sir is a proud alumnus of NIE batch 1975. He has completed his masters in computer programming in the year 1982 from SJCE Mysuru. Krishna Rao sir has started his career as trainee at InLab Furnaces during 1975 to 1977 and joined as a scientist in CFTRI Mysore during 1977 to 2012. During this period, Sir designed and developed digital laboratory, established computer facility at CFTRI, held responsible for establishing a care National Knowledge Network facility at CFTRI, coordinated Mysore Library Network, a national project under Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, for exchanging information between libraries of science and technology institutions, educational institutions in Mysore city. Sir has set up a satellite node of AirNet, Department of Electronics, Government of India at CFTRI to provide email facility to all major institutions in Mysore city, and finally retired as a chief scientist as a director grade in CFTRI. Sir is a lifetime member of Institution of Engineers India and the Computer Society of India, and served as a chairman Computer Society of India Mysore chapter, expert committee member to establish the Bioinformatics Center at Central Satellite Research and Training in CFTRI Mysore, technical member of Center of Information and Science Technology, University of expert member to High Power Technical Committee of All India Institute of Speech and Hearing Mysore for establishing computer network in Center of Excellence building. Currently, Sir is a president of CFTRI Pensioner and Welfare Association, Mysore Center. Along with this, 1975 batch is constantly felicitating toppers of final year students of ECE under the head of Krishna Rao sir. Recently, 1975 batch has inaugurated development of Internet of Things laboratory for the department of ECE. This is a small brief introduction about Krishna Rao sir. Thank you all.
Sorry to take this. Probably you missed it. Krishna Rao was instrumental in getting internet to Mysore. MyLibNet was the first thing placed. Then subsequently other colleges took that and to the other institutes. So he was the person to get the internet to Mysore. Thank you, sir.
I request our chief guest, Sri Krishna Rao, retired scientist, CFTRI Mysore, to address the gathering.
Good evening, all of you. Respected dignitaries of the dais, faculty members, students, ladies and gentlemen. As introduced by Dr. Nagaraju, I retired from CFTRI as Chief Scientist and Head Department of Computer Center. I graduated from NIE in the year 1975. Then I worked at a private firm in Mysore, in-lab furnaces, where they used to manufacture distillery plants, biscuit making machines. So I used to draw engineering diagrams and control panel wiring and like that. Then I later joined CFTRI as a research fellow in the year 77. So when I joined CFTRI, I faced a peculiar problem with my relatives and friends. So they started asking me, why did you join CFTRI? It is a research lab. You don't have many scope in that laboratory like that. And they said, advised me to join, go to Bangalore and join some industries. But I took this appointment as a challenge with two reasons. First is, I want to show them an engineer can survive anywhere. Secondly, you might have all seen Mysore Palace, Ambavilas Palace. So my grandfather used to work as a Shiristedar in Palace. My father worked as a Muktesar, that is Mukhyastha, and he was a personal secretary to Her Highness Maharani of Mysore. So they both of them worked in Palace. So I took this, as you know, in Mysore there are 6 palaces, and CFTRI is housed in one of the palaces called Chelvamba Mansion, or Chelvamba Palace. So I took this opportunity to work at CFTRI and served 34 years in that building. I never regret in my life that I have joined CFTRI. Actually, it is a temple of learning, and I thank CFTRI for that. At CFTRI, we have designed and fabricated many instruments as an import substitute. So that time they were funding to develop indigenous equipment as an import substitute. So my first assignment at CFTRI was to develop a 10-liter laboratory fermenter. That is to monitor the process of fermentation with pH level, oxygen level, speed and other thing. So we had developed a prototype, and that prototype was demonstrated at various institutions on different occasions. So we fabricated 2 more of that type on the request received from Indian Staff Science Bangalore from the microbiology department and Regional Research Laboratory Jammu. So, and these 2 were installed and demonstrated there. So you had 2 years of PUC course that time, and after completing the first year, so I did my radio engineering from a certificate course from a private institute in Mysore. So that is where I developed interest in doing engineering course. And again, admission to NIE is a easy and an interesting one for me. So after filling my application for joining engineering course, I have mentioned NIE as a college and course subject as electrical, because that time electronics was not there. So we were called for an interview at CPC Polytechnic Bangalore. So we were standing in the queue in the corridor, and one person came and scrutinized all our certificates there only while standing, and they called for interview. So in the interview room, the interviewer asked me only one question: why NIE? I told him I am from the Mysore and my house is near to NIE college. Then he looked at me and said, okay. That's how I joined NIE, and I did my engineering graduation in the year 1975 from the E&C branch. During my service at CFTRI, I did post-graduation while in the service only from JC College, and ours was the first batch from the Mysore University. So this changed my profession from electronics to computer science. So Department of Science and Technology, they initiated a program in the year 1977 to set up national information centers on various subjects like aerospace, leather, textile, food, chemical, like that, and at different parts of the country. So they identified CFTRI as one center, that is to set up National Information Center for Food Science and Technology. And under this program, fairly a big computer center was set up in CFTRI, and I was involved in the installation and commissioning of that computer during 1985. So later I took in charge of that computer center as a head. I put up a proposal in the year 1994 to Department of Science and Technology for networking of my libraries in Mysore city, SNK libraries in Mysore city. So, and under that program only, I have established Mysore Library Network, they're called MyLibNet, in the year 1984. So I coordinated this project nearly for 12 years from 1995. Under this project, a satellite hub of education research network called ARNET of Department of Telecommunication, New Delhi, at CFTRA in the year 1995, and demonstrated internet to the public of Mysore city for the first time by dialing from CFTRA to E&C Department of Indian Staff Science, Bangalore, and we have demonstrated the internet, how internet we can access through which, that time only Mosaic browser was there, so through that we demonstrated the internet. So later we established an internet server at CFTRA only through using this satellite, and started providing email and internet service to all the institutions in Mysore. So we have provided modem also, that is 44 kilobps modem, I think, that time. So through that they used to dial CFTRA, get connected to internet server, and email, both email and internet service they were accessing. And NIE college also one among them to access internet and email facility. So I retired from service in the year 2012. So after retirement, I am keeping myself busy by doing small projects at home, like alarm system, security system, smart light system, water pump controller, kitchen gadgets, and water purifier, like that. So for that, I am having a small workshop in my garage and a small studio to make a video and upload it to the YouTube for the public. So I met some of my classmates at Hyderabad in the year 1995 and thought of creating our own group. So it took me 5 years to get information, even though only 20 students in our batch. It took me 5 years to collect the information because there was no WhatsApp facility or the Facebook facility. So 5 years after that, in 2000 only, we created this group, and we met in the same hall for the first time, and we invited all our teachers and students of this college, and we thought of giving something back to our NIE as a small gesture. So after that, every year we are meeting annually, and we have already 22 years over. So we have honored students with class toppers and donated books and also some lab kits to the department. So far we have visited 37 students, and thanks to my classmates for their financial support in continuing this activity every year without fail. So finally, I thank the organizers of this event for inviting me as the chief guest for the valedictory function. Thank you.
A good leader leads the people above them. A great leader leads the people from within them. Now, I call upon Dr. S. Parameshwara, Head of the Department of ECE, General Chair, ICR Tech 2023, to propose vote of thanks.
Good evening to one and all. Honorable Chief Guest, delegates, and my dear NIE family members. No duty is more urgent than that of entering thanks. I feel honored and privileged to have an opportunity to offer a vote of thanks on this memorable occasion on behalf of the NIE fraternity. I would like to express deep sense of gratitude to our beloved principal, Dr. Rohini Nagapadma, who is ever supportive in all our endeavors. I would like to thank our NIE Managing Committee for their help and support at various stages. I, on behalf of Organizing Committee, convey deep regards and hearty thanks to our chief guest of today's event, Sri SN Krishna Rao, retired Chief Scientist, CFTRI Mysore, for accepting our invitation and gracing this event. Thank you, sir. I considered this occasion as an opportunity for our department to express our sense of gratitude for the contribution from Krishna Rao sir and his team for the welfare of EC department. Once again, thank you, sir, for your gracious presence in this auspicious occasion. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank Dr. Narasimha Kavalgod, Professor and Technical Chair, for his constant help and guidance that radiated a source of energy within us. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank all the Honorable Session Chair, delegates who blessed us with their I request Dr. Anjanappa C. to hand over a memento on behalf of the NIE family to our chief guest. Thank you all once again for your presence. Thank you.